What's up everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Drew and I want to talk with you about the most dominant military first-person shooter release of the year, Battlefield 6. So be sure to stick around until the end of the video, and if you want to share your thoughts on Battlefield 6 so far, drop a comment below. Also hit that like button if you enjoy the video and subscribe to the channel if you want to support me and see more content in the future. Let's start things off by giving DICE their flowers on a return to form because they have delivered the sequel to Battlefield 4 all the battle dads and battle unks have been waiting for. Whether you look at the concurrent player count on Steam or the sales of Battlefield 6, this grounded, realistic, no bullshit approach is without a doubt still very popular amongst gamers, outperforming its less grounded competition. As if we play games because of the experience we want, not because of the experience some dev team blindly circle jerks each other off to in an echo chamber. Battlefield 6 brings back that consistent feed of action-packed, chaotic gaming we love in first-person shooters while not trying to reinvent the wheel. Well, not completely reinvent the wheel. That crap can wait until 2042. I want to touch on the sound design of Battlefield 6 because simply put, it is eargasmic. The number of times I've been startled or jumped in my chair because of the depth behind a projectile flying past me, an unexpected explosion, holy shit, or gunfire raining down on me will never run dry. It is not just captivating, but is the glue behind the scenes of flashy explosions, destruction, and gunfights that enhance the whole experience and atmosphere by 100. I have seen complaints about footstep sounds not sounding correct for other players and sympathize with that part of the player base since it is obviously important to hear enemy footsteps. DICE has just released another update and included adjustments to the sound design, which appears to have helped some players with this issue. So if you have experienced this issue and have played since the recent update, I'd like to hear if you notice any improvement as well. I've been using the high dynamic setting, which has been great for hearing important sound cues while also giving me great atmospheric sound effects. Enough about sound though, let's talk about the heavy lifter of any first-person shooter, which is the gunplay mechanics. Man, I really am not sure how to start this. I might come across like I hate the gunplay in this game, but I just mind certain aspects of it more than I want to while still enjoying it overall. I do feel like the characteristics of the guns in Battlefield 6 feel closer to the arcade sweatlord meta laser beam chasing than the Battlefields of past. Balancing feels off and some things just don't make sense for a first-person shooter that was marketed as a back-to-no-nonsense, grounded game. What I mean by this is that in the past, each class of guns felt unique, and each gun within a class felt even more unique while offering a decent spread of characteristics and stats to go with them. There is some of this in Battlefield 6, but compared to the thousands of hours I have spent in previous Battlefield titles, it feels watered down, and less noticeable when switching weapon classes. There is not a lot of variation in stats, with most guns having a similar ballpark for rate of fire, recoil, and damage output, leading to the arcade shooter meta chasing approach to gunplay. Instead of creating situations to engage in that favor your current weapon's unique characteristics like in previous Battlefields. Being outgunned by an SMG past 50 meters while using any class that is designed for mid to long range engagements is painful. Every gun should be at an advantage when the situation fits the purpose of that gun design, and disadvantage when the situation doesn't fit it. I think we all understand my opinion about the lack of uniqueness in gunplay and stats by now, so I will stop beating a dead horse and we can find a new, healthy horse to beat. Before we get to that horse though, if you are enjoying this video and ever caught yourself watching this guy in the corner of the screen at any point, consider subscribing here or following me on Twitch and Kick for live streams. I stream most every Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so if you think we would be a good match, I'd love to see you there. Basically take everything I said about guns feeling like they don't have much character from my previous point and throw it all out the window because we have found where all the spice was put into guns: bullet dispersion. Have you ever wondered what a wacky, waving, inflatable arm flailing tube-man from Family Guy shooting a gun would look like? Me neither, but thanks to Battlefield 6 we know. Except for when using SMGs, of course. It doesn't matter if you get the jump in this game because half of your engagements will be used for the next Matrix slow motion scene. Maybe I am completely wrong in my perspective and logic though, and the military personnel depicted in Battlefield 6 are indeed wacky, waving, inflatable, arm-flailing tube-man. I find it hard to believe anyone would whiff shots while standing still as bad as this game's bullet dispersion system depicts sometimes. Of course, this is not the only aspect of gunplay and cannot be blamed entirely for all the situations where aiming feels off or inconsistent. There are other mechanics behind the scenes we will touch on very shortly that are designed to cause inconsistent recoil control that certainly play a role in these moments. I will say that the bullet dispersion is noticeably worse on LMGs compared to other classes. I'm sure someone will say, well duh, it's an LMG, and that is a great observation, but where is my strong LMG suppression effects or higher rate of fire? You know, the good LMG characteristics to go along with that dump truck wide dispersion. DICE has at least addressed the bugs surrounding the max movement dispersion penalty from running, staying applied after you stop running with recent updates, so this should feel better. I've just had my head so far up my Arc Raider's ass the last few weeks, I'm about to make it to Scrappy's ass. So needless to say, I have yet to get back into Battlefield extensively enough to know whether it feels noticeably better or not since the updates. And now we have made it to our glorious race-winning horse with crowbar in hand. It is time to talk about the greatest game design feature since SBMM, bringing rage to living rooms across the world, the one and only aim input manipulation design. That's right, someone or part of DICE decided the greatest way to reinvent the wheel is to extend the spokes a minimum of 6 inches beyond the wheel, add dry rub lube to them, and proceed to drive over the asses of us all each time we fire a gun in Battlefield 6. The moment you try to control your recoil, whether it be left, right, up, or down, the game code is designed to artificially increase or decrease your input depending on if your input is moving with the recoil pattern or against it. It is literally the opposite of aim assist. Ever felt like your gun shot up above the enemy and then gravity was reversed when you attempted to pull down your sights as you mow down Casper along the brick wall? Well, my friend, you have encountered this packaged up pile of crap game design. All I can say is it needs to be removed, not adjusted, then repackaged into a single copy of the game and given to whoever came up with it as a Christmas gift, so they can play the game how they see it while the rest of us master recoil patterns and not worry about the game constantly trying to fuck us. I swear, I should just become a dev. ChatGPT can help me figure out the coding aspect, and I will shit out the most unintuitive ideas, like reverse aim acceleration, where the more you move your input, the slower it gets, or even better, permanent inverted look. I'm not here to just dog on DICE though, and pay attention to their hard work on adjusting the overall experience too. With that said, I did see their notes in the Winter Offensive update regarding adjustments to gunplay, specifically recoil interaction and overall predictability of weapon behavior, which is music to my ears. It is great to see they are paying attention to the community and actively applying adjustments to the game instead of letting us sit in a Reddit echo chamber, jerking each other off to our own ideas. The maps and overall atmosphere of Battlefield 6 encourage intense gunfights with an emphasis on positioning and tactical approaches, destruction that complements the environment beautifully, and support for different playstyles while maintaining realism. All these ingredients mix together to bring us those badass and humiliating moments alike that keep us coming back. Kudos to the dev team for remembering what makes Battlefield in the first place and delivering that experience in Battlefield 6. I have just over 70 hours in Battlefield 6, with most of that time spent in Conquest and Breakthrough. The map design for these two game modes have felt good for the most part. The paths throughout each map feel natural to the atmosphere while providing a wide variety of microenvironments that keep every conflict and interaction with the enemy team engaging throughout a match. The variety within the map design, not being spread out too far nor compacted and cluttered, is appreciated and welcomed. There is room for all ranges of engagement and for each player to play off their strengths, which is honestly what I think most of us look for in any good map design. As for the new maps we have, personally I'm not the biggest fan of them from my handful of playthroughs. Maybe it is just me, but it was challenging to not get picked off trying to move around on Blackwells without a vehicle, and Eastwood feels cluttered in the wrong way. Don't get me wrong, I've had fun on both maps and understand they are better suited for some playstyles more than others. Blackwells just feels naked while trying to navigate around as infantry, leaving you in the open with maybe the fortunately placed rock or barely rolled enough hill to evade the 20 recons watching you try to attack a new objective. It is a recon and vehicle mains paradise though, as the openness of it almost feels like it was designed specifically for those two roles, while other roles were kind of forgotten. Eastwood becomes an instant meat grinder if you are me. There is so much foliage around the map on top of endless vantage points along each path to objectives. It almost feels like a lottery for who peeks which corner at the right time or catches movement before sprinting through that death trap called a backyard. I have died from behind or the side after clearing a section enough times now that it has become my least favorite map quickly. I feel like there is some organization in the other maps or funneling of player movement that still offers unique and diverse engagements with the reliability of understanding the map design and general idea of where engagements can happen. without having to whip out the blueprint of a full residential area and the individual houses within the area to understand every angle an enemy player can be playing from. I think there are great aspects of Eastwood, like the clubhouse, which is super fun to play around and offers all the variation for multiple playstyles to clash, without the abundance of vantage points or blind corners found in the neighborhood section of the map. Overall, the maps have been really fun, delivering a lot more enjoyable moments than frustrating ones, and opportunities to think outside the box when it comes to challenging objectives and the enemy team. I hope that we get strong map designs as the game matures and more maps are released into rotation. Look, we all understand microtransactions are going nowhere in modern games anytime soon, so the way these systems are implemented are what matter most to me. And I for one am tired of the casino style in-your-face tactics with loot boxes, dice rolls, post-match reminders, and all the dirty tricks the corporate world has shared with the gaming industry over the years. Luckily, EA, the same company that oversees the digital casino Apex Legends, also considered a battle royale by some, has allowed Battlefield 6 to thrive without it flashing all the possible microtransactions you can buy at every opportunity. I know I'm comparing a free-to-play Battle Royale game to a $70 game, but this world of eating the bodies of the hands that feed you is alive and well in titles that you initially buy as well. My biggest gripe with the microtransactions in Battlefield 6 is the fact they released a skin pack including a Ranger-themed skin, real military-themed cosmetics. We have been begging to return to Battlefield as a paid bundle 1 month after release. We know damn well this content was on the shelf at launch, just waiting for Veterans Day because oh geez, let's tug on the heartstrings of gamers and likely veteran gamers to make a fucking dollar. Like, thanks for listening to us and then doing exactly what a company that dreams about face banging, flashy casino style marketing tactics all over the menu would do with that knowledge. Of course, only if the board wanted to be a little less tasteful with it than a slot machine. Sure, the Phantom skins and Battle Pass skins are cool too, but what the fuck is wrong with more real, military-themed skins like the Lead the Way pack filling the Battle Pass or pre-order bundle? I mean, you showed us you can do it for $12, but you could not do it for $70 or $100 or whatever the Battle Pass will cost? I don't know, maybe EA is going through an identity crisis like recent graduates after jumping headfirst into the ass of gender studies. All I'm saying is they didn't have to bitch slap us with a $12 bundle showcasing what I think a lot of fans have wanted to return to military shooters 1 month after releasing skins that I would see in a paintball field. Even with all the challenges that Battlefield 6 has faced since the launch with bugs, glitches, and everything mentioned in this video that grinds my gears, I will continue to support Battlefield 6 and DICE for delivering the gritty boots on ground, all-out warfare, and chaos we expect from Battlefield. It shows the dev team has been working hard to regain our trust in the franchise and prove even though it is not the same team behind the scenes as our favorite Battlefield titles, they understand the experience we crave when booting up this game. Listening to feedback on everything we bring up without an ego but with a willingness to work on perfecting the experience. It truly is a win-win approach. And whatever EA did or lack thereof to allow this dev team to bring that special feeling back to Battlefield, they should keep doing or not doing. I am excited to see how this game matures and enjoy every hour playing it more and more, from laughing with my buddies as one of us fails epically to making the enemy team my bitch just to be sweated on the next round. That is all for this video. If you have made it this far, thank you for watching the video through and supporting me. If you have not yet, it would be badass if you hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to catch more videos from me, your YouTube boyfriend Drew. Have a great day and remember to smile.